I can do better, basically.
Okay, wow, that's great. Never settle. Okay, thank you for answering the first question. So the second question is, as a journalist at Bukit Vista, who is the most memorable person you've interviewed during your work in Bali's tourism and villa industry, and why did that conversation stay with you?
Okay, as a journalist here, the most memorable person was this was dates back when I was still an intern. Had this opportunity to interview this one person, and we had a talk about the Bali's sustainable development vision. And one time I was asking the question like, as a business owner, what can we do to what is it called, like, to really have action towards the sustainable goals that we are envisioning. And then I asked the question like, how what are the actions? And then back then I was still like not that smart, but I was somehow like take it to the extreme. For example, my my thoughts was like, in Bali, like we know that we have a lot of illegal villas built, or villas sitting in the illegal land. And then I asked, and the question was, never take it to the extreme. Like the ideas that you have, never take it to the extreme. And why did that conversation stay with you? Is then I realized that Bali actually have like a paradox or dilemma where the villas that are built or buildings that are built illegally need to have certain approach and fixing it. Like for example, in Bingin, when the government took demolishing action towards the illegally built villas, the only thing that they destroyed is the brand image of Bingin itself. So yeah, that becomes like the question in my head, like how can we do better? And yeah, so that person is actually messaging, and yeah, it stayed on my mind until now. I think I still really think like, what can we do better about Bali, something like that. Yeah,
Okay, so if you could interview them again today, what would you ask?
I still ask quite the same questions, but in a different approach. I'd ask, yeah, if you are the government, what would you do about all of this, like overdeveloped, uh, low quality villas? How can we do better actually? Because these villas already being built, by destroying them is not really the I think that it's not the right approach to be taken. And yeah, how can we fix the damage that already done?
Wow. Okay. What do you think about Bali's government right now? Because it's been like viral about the trash and all.
Yeah. So well, actually, if you were to ask me about the government right now, yeah, it's I think it's one of one of the trait of being Indonesian is we don't have 100% trust on our even on our government. So, but from what I'm seeing, they're visioning like they wanted to what is it called, like heal Bali to recover from the damages that are being done. But yeah, there will also the negative things as well. But I do still have like slight belief in our government, especially here in Bali, that eventually they will do the right thing. They will put Bali where it is should be positioned. And yeah, I think that's
Amazing. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the last question. Okay, looking ahead from your experience and what you've noticed in Bali, what trends or changes should villa owners and managers be aware of in the coming years?
okay. So I think for the trends and changes, uh, the first one, I think after the market turbulence like last year, we are entering a phase where I'd like to call it after yeah, having a chat with Gemini and ChatGPT. I think the term is the market corrections, where finally the prices are getting back to what our audience is appreciating our villas for. So I think there will be slight drop. And yeah, if you are watching the Bali Business Review channel, also we created a video about the trends and changes. I think the first one is the shrinking group sizes, like from travelers are now more increasingly in solo travelers, so the demand for the larger units is decreasing, but the while one to two bedroom units are somewhat okay, but for the demand for large bedrooms is declining. And then I'd say the design. I think that there also a shift in design as well, like for white, what is it called, like boho chic or the white Mediterranean villas is now quite oversupplied, not that oversupply, but it's like too much, like that Santorini style. So I think the future people are more appreciating more properties that more unique, like for example, let's take the unique one like bamboo or the biophilic designs that are more that can tell story, not just like the Santorini style where yeah, it mimics other places. Why not we choose to raise up the Balinese architecture? And then probably the next one is about the, yeah, the last video from Mr. Jing is the aggressive hotel competition. Yeah, the hotels are fighting back about the price and what I've mentioned before about the market correction. Like the traditional hotels are slashing their rates even up to 80%. So yeah, and they're also using daily worker. But like last year, I went to one of the top resort down in Uluwatu, and it turns out that they use daily workers for the waiter and the waitress. I believe it's to like cut cost. And yeah, so I think that's the proxy that the trends and changes that villa owners and manager should be aware of in the upcoming years actually. And the last one I think that leads up to the last point is, yeah, prioritize ranking, prioritize guest experience. All of these factors should lead up to how can you do better for your guest, how can you bring the best experience, how can you get 5-star reviews eventually. Yeah, I think that's what we should be aware of in the next coming years, Kanza.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I don't think everyone aware of the trends and challenges in Bali right now. Because, for example, I still saw like the Mediterranean villa is still under construction. They still build it. Okay. So
I
yeah, I have another question. If you had to sum it up in one sentence, what should villa owners stop doing and start doing?
stop doing and start doing. I think um, realizing uh, who is your target audience, understanding them, and giving the best experience to what your property, what's it called, your property suits for. For example, your properties is for the surfers. Let's say, how can you do better for the surfers? You put them, you add them like the surf rack, or you gave them perhaps like a photography or a class. And yeah, I think that's all. That's what property owners should stop doing and start doing right now is understand who is your target audience basically, and yeah, providing them with the best experience.
All right. Thank you so much, Kak Jason, for answering the questions. Uh, is there anyone who want to ask Jason? Okay, Kak Furkan, please.
Okay, so good morning, Jason. Thank you very much for sharing your insights and also experience as a business journalist in Bukit Vista. It was an interesting story that you told us, especially when you're noting about the improvement of yourself and also the experience that you had during your time. I would like to ask a question. So, I believe you've been familiar with Bali like since before you joining Bukit Vista, right? I would like to ask you what uh, do you find most shocking when about Balinese in every part, yeah, could be like from its tourism perspective, its government perspective, its development perspective, whatever, that you find it very unexpected turn when you already get a deeper insight about Balinese situation as part of being the journalist in Bali, like leave you shocking, like oh, I really didn't expect this insight about Bali. So
Okay.
is there any particular unexpected insight turn that you didn't really expect about Bali, but you figure out later after you delve deeper into your journalist role in Bukit Vista from
Yeah,
every.
yeah. There is one thing that it's not really like unexpected. It is expected, but it's quite sad when I see the reality. Is actually from the overdevelopment narratives from Bali. Many people likes to point out the foreign owner, the foreign investor. There are um, building massive units. I'd say more than 12 or 14 in identical style villas that are really not that tells not that not telling a great story about Bali. But then when I dig deeper, but when you see the reality, it's actually the Balinese who sold their lands at the first place. So I don't think that it is fully on the foreigner investors' side. They're at fault, but also the Balinese, they are not being educated enough to keep their land, to utilize their land rather than just selling them for quick money. So I think the terms right here can be corrected. I don't know, probably like misguided development. Uh, Example, like for an investor coming here to Bali, they doesn't know anything about Bali other than the beaches and the culture, but only at the top. But then they've started building these units that are stripping away the Balinese culture. So the question is, who's at fault, right? The foreign investors who are looking for um, building their investment here while building the economy as well, or the Balinese at first who sold their lands, but then it became a dilemma basically, and it is not that unexpected, but it's just like sad that it's being misguided, and government should take place at the first place. So yeah, and you do the government's at fault.
Okay, interesting. So basically more into like the more deeper understanding about the overdevelopment situation and also the stakeholders partake into the situation as well that quite shocking into your knowledge, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Thank you very much, Jason, and back to Hansa.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for the
Kafu.
question, Kak Furkan. Is there any question for Jason? Okay, I think that's it. Jason, thank you. Okay, Kavasha actually have a question. Please.
Jason, hi. How's it like to
Yes.
be Inspired Speaker Day? Anyway, not my question. My question is that what was the most surprising or the most drastic changes from working in a event organizing, I would say organization, to Bukit Vista?
Sorry, your question was what was the shocking, the culture
What
shock?
was the I guess culture shock between changing from an event organizing culture to Bukit Vista, which is tourism?
Okay, so back then it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So the culture shock is, I take it actually quite the same in running a concert and working here in Bukit Vista with a never settle core value. Because back then, when I was managing the sales, actually, I was the ticketing lead for the concert. We faces shortage of tickets, the slow pace of tickets being sold, and it is quite similar actually. And yeah, so I think that the not that a culture shock, but it is quite similar. Yeah. We still need to think about the strategies. How can we increase the sales? How do we understand our target audience? How can we cater to this target audience? Especially, how can we give them discount without telling them a discount back then? It was, yeah, one of the strategies that we think. And seeing now, selling properties, selling them daily, I think it's quite similar in essence that they are selling with uh, the ticket sales back then. Yeah.
I think Kavasha is lagging. Okay. But anyway, thank you so much, Kak Jason, for being a speaker today. I hope you have a great day today. And okay, let's. He's lagging. Okay. Thank you so much. And maybe we'll move into our next speaker, Mr. Jing. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Kansa. All right, happy New Year, everybody. It's January 2026. It's getting to it's getting into the second week now. So, how's everyone doing? Good.
Doing good, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Great.
Fantastic. Good. 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 It is a work day, so probably a little less great than a weekend. But I want to actually do this. I want to actually reflect a little bit on a journey, and I'll pivot from what Jason just said, which is back into the BBR. Okay, and hopefully I'll be able to conclude in about 5 minutes or so, but be able to sort of touch something that all of us can relate to. Okay, so BBR initially started, I think it was Nadia, about 2 years ago, right? And it was basically podcast interviews. So we would find business owners who had interesting businesses and then we'd interview them on BBR. And we were diligent. We tried to basically take the roundtable talk and give more time to speakers before the talk. And I remember there was a lot of technical setup. You and Nadia were buying equipment and getting all the things set up, and there was a lot of excitement for it. And then I think for about a good year or so, it just kind of died down. It became a bit quiet, and then we realized that a lot of the fine work being done by everyone here, well, it doesn't really get seen. It really doesn't get recognized. It doesn't really make impact unless we find a way to get the word out. Okay. So a lot of the good work that's being done by everyone here stays hidden unless we get it out. And that was ultimately one of the real barriers to success, to growth. The other barrier, I think, was also always feeling like other people could bully us too, right? Like if somebody went on social media and said this about Bukit Vista, there was no real way to fight back. There was no real way to control narrative. Okay. Um, so since that time, I think we've progressed. Okay. Would you guys like to see the stats on what BBR now looks like? Yeah, I think it can speak for itself. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at your screen, and I'll share this. So this is, I think it's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. BBR now has in the last year gotten almost 850,000 views, 7,500 hours of watch time, 19,000 subscribers, and only made 465,000 rupiah, which goes to show you cannot make a living on YouTube as an influencer. Okay. Anyway, so The way I think this relates to everyone here is this, okay? I'll reiterate what Jason just said with never settle. If we had settled and said, all right, this isn't really going anywhere, we should stop, okay? Then maybe we wouldn't have seen the success that we see today, okay? If we had said, you know what, other people have better podcast studios than us, and they're probably going to take our audience, and we don't have professional video producers, we don't have any whatever. If we focus on what we don't have, then we wouldn't have had the success we see today. A lot of our competitors copied our initial concept. I think there's a channel called the Bali Business Club, which emerged just a few months after we launched Bali Business Review. And at the very beginning, very, very advantageous. They have had a decade of experience doing video production. We had no experience doing video production. And they had a $50,000 podcast studio. We had the base, which is much less. And they started, I think, with a team that already had years and years of experience. And aside from, I think, Nadia, both Kanza and Jason were relatively new to journalism. But since that time, I think with belief in what we do, we've been able to visibly show impact. Okay. So this isn't just this isn't just me preaching about whatever. This is how things change. Okay. It starts with belief. It starts with looking at your strengths. It starts with fundamentals. I think we started with basic videos about Furqan. I think you were in that video about how to tell a story, right? And then we followed up with very simple technical training videos on how to use zero production time editing techniques. Now, I'm happy to say I think we have quite a lot of qualified drone pilots. Kaza knows how to fly the drone. Jason knows how to fly the drone. Wayana can fly the drone. And even our new, startup interns also are getting more proficient drone pilots and also using Premiere Pro, which used to be very difficult to learn program. I think there's more fluency in that as well. Okay. So all of this happens when each of us decide that we're not going to settle. Okay. That we can be better. And it's just doing a little bit every day. And over 365 days, hopefully you'll get to 1 million views. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's inspiration for everyone who is working on something challenging, wonder where it's going. Just keep on going. Don't worry about what too much the competition's doing or somebody else is doing. Just focus on your own shit and get better than who you were last month and get better than who you were last semester. And ultimately, I think the rewards will start compounding and showing. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jing, for the words. For the next session, maybe I will hand this to Kaega as the moderator. Please, Kaega.
Okay, thank you, Kanja, and thank you, Mr. Jing, for the insightful words. And we continue to the next section, that is hospitality and revenue target will be delivered by Kak Hafiz. Kak Hafiz, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Eka, and good morning, everyone. So please enlarge the presentation deck. Okay, thank you, Kanza. So this is one of our new property on board this month, January. So this is Ayu Bagus Villa. This villa already received around 3 guests and already received 1 review. So congratulations for the version. Oh, okay. Congratulations for this. Okay, guys. Congratulations for the team, onboarding team, and Kandes, Kani, Kaila, and everyone involved to make this villa ready. And we hopefully have a great journey with this villa ahead. Okay, thank you. So please go to the next slide. So, okay, this is the semester 8 target for the revenue target adjusted again to 3,100,000, US dollar. The hospitality target is 87% 5-star rating. The brand target or partner stability at 170,000 US dollar. Next. Okay, for the hospitality target and achievement for the first metric. Next. Accuracy this week increased by 0.1%. Next. So what are the properties that contribute to the 5-star rating this week? These are all the properties. There is 90 properties. Next. And these are one of the MSM that this month started just by Gray and delegated to me. Next. And the next metric is check-in. Check-in unfortunately decreased by 0.1%. Next. So what are the properties that contribute to the non-5-star review this week? Yeah, there is Adehaira and the Warisan Homestay. Next. For the cleanliness increase, stable increase from last week. Yeah, so there is an increase by 2 weeks in a row. For this week, 0.1%. So these are the properties contributed to the 5-star reviews on this week. Next. And these are the MSM for related to the cleanliness. There are some MSM such as by Rama, Gray, and Mas Bayu as well, delegated to Fasha, Rama, Eka, and Kanza. Next. For the communication, this is the only metrics that got quite huge decrease, yeah, this week by 0.3%. Next. And these are one of the two of the MSM that related to the communication, I believe, to Kaya. Next. And these are the properties that contributing to the non-5-star review. There are 29 properties for this week. For the location, got a stagnant after an increase last week, but this week still at 75.8%. Next. So these are the non-5-star reviews that we got this week. There are around 43 properties. Next. For the value after an increase last week. So this week, I'm sorry, this is my fault. So actually that's a stagnant, not a decrease. So this is a stagnant press. It's the same, 87.3. Next. And these are the non-5-star reviews contributor for this week. Next. So how about the overall rating progress? So this week we are at 86.3. So we are lacking 0.7% to achieve the target. So we have still several months to achieve. So keep up the progress, guys. Next. So this is the highlights of this week. So this week started from 5 January until 11 January based on the Airbnb data. Next. And this is the breakdown of each day's 5-star percentage of this week. You guys can check on the all hands deck. Yes. Okay, next. And these are the non-5-star review we got this week for the overall rating. So there are some properties that are recurring. There are from Batang Pogedang and Romeo Peace from Pungalu and Kami Sama Homestay as well and Rakuna as well. Okay. Next. And this is the MSM that related to increase the hospitality metrics this month. Next. And for the next session, for partner stability target and achievement, pass it to Furkon.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Hafiz. Good morning, everyone. So let's move on into partner stability target achievement. I would like to give a heads up that this is not a good news for us to see, but for a transparency, last week, during past 1 week, we have two offboardings that are counted as churn. The first one is Danu Sanctum, and the second one is Pasisi, combined for both value, contract value, resulting up until 100K in increase for the partnership budget, so it's already exceed the maximum of board contract value. This has been alerted and also escalated in the strategic meeting discussion. And if you would like to see further development or strategies that we will be doing, you may go to that slide or over to the partnership code for the full visibility. Next slide, please. Now into the revenue target achievements. So for our revenue target achievements, as announced last week on Slack All Hands, we will be reverting back into the initial revenue target at 3,120K USD, and our current progress is at 1.8 million USD. Which means we still need around 40% revenue to achieve the revenue target, with only around 2 months and also 3 weeks to achieve the revenue target. So this is the report for the partner stability target achievement and also revenue target achievement. Thank you very much. Ega, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Hafiz and Kak Furqan for the presentation, yeah. And let's continue to the next section. That is company time target and achievement that will be delivered by Kak Furqan. Kak Furqan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Ega. Hansa, can you please share your screen? Okay, thank you. So moving into the concluding into the second week of January, our target for January are still off track. Let's break down one by one. The first one into the revenue target. We are still currently at 75% of the target achievement, with no with several MSM activities already being placed to make sure that we could hit the revenue target as intended. This is in collaboration from Bella, Lutfi, Nadia, Hafiz, and also Fidi. Okay, so hopefully by having this MSM on progress, it will improve the our revenue performance and turns the revenue into on track. Moving on into the next one, 5-star percentage or hospitality. We're still off track as well with our current progress at 98.29%. Top three contributing factors in the downtrend or non-5-star reviews are communication, value, and also cleanliness in this January. So there are already several MSM activities aimed to address these issues in collaboration from Gray, Hafiz, Rama, Fasya, Yosef, Bayu, and yep, that's it. And several of them already concluded as impactful, but most of them are still in progress. Hopefully, this with these MSM activities, it also could turn the place around into the better performance on the hospitality metrics. Next up, we have the brand target. We already heard the announcement earlier. So now our budget is already, of course, over exceeding. However, we do not give up. There are several still MSM activities that we aim to pivot to at least prevent more churn up until this point. So several activities already being placed in collaboration from Gray, Fasya, me, Wayana, Bayu, Bella, and also Vidi, to make sure that we improve our churn competency and also do not let our partners having more churn in this case. Okay, next up we have the starting revenue target for February, still quite off track. Current progress at 55.4%, and the MSM activity still remains the same per the last report. The MSM being placed to make sure that we could hit the revenue target are in collaboration from Gani, Reza, Bayu, Titan, and yeah, those four people. So those are the target achievements so far, and also the MSM contributors, be it the strategies or the delegates, to make sure that we could hit the January targets. Next, into the opportunities. In January, we managed to have 55% occupancy with 8% expired debts. Sorry, 2% maintenance, and also 1% owner usage so far. So it means we have around 34% nights available to sell to achieve the target. So this is the report. Thank you very much, Ega. Back to you.
Okay, even though several items are off track, this give us a clear direction ya on where to improve. Okay, let us move to the next part and focus on the solution. We move to weekly mission inspiration ya, and the first one is from inspire delight through hospitality innovation that positively transform our partner. And the first one is from Kak Furqan. Kak Furqan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Ega. So the innovation is infographic integration into Bhakti Data. So after having the discussion on the MSM, we figure out that Bhakti Data, the event that Hansa and also Ega held every Wednesday, could be used improvement in delivering the part understanding to the infographic. So after testing this last week, we discovered that partners feels more engaged and find it helpful when they are presented with this beautiful infographic during the Bhakti data session, and you can see actually the response or the testimonial on the attached images. So even though this is a simple UX improvement, this could significantly improve the partner understanding, which means it could move the partner sentiment towards the positive direction and preventing churn ultimately. So thank you, Hansa, for implementing this directly after being given the direction. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, Aga. Back to you.
Okay, great insight ya, using infographic during Bhakti data session can really help partners understand the information better. Thanks to Kanjakila ya for making this happen. And we next to Kak Lutfi. Okay, Kak Lutfi, time is yours.
Okay, Bukit Vista wants to onboard properties that can deliver stable revenue from 1 year to the next. To support that, we need an understanding of what stable properties actually look like. So we analyzed Bukit Vista properties to identify which amenities are associated with stable year-to-year revenue. This allows us to identify the green flags and red flags of the properties. So the key insight is that many amenities do not stabilize revenue by themselves. Instead, certain amenities signal that the owner is more disciplined, operationally aligned, and attentive to standards. Properties showing these operational signals, these amenities, tend to deliver better year-to-year revenue, regardless of lifestyle or aesthetic features. So the next step from these findings is to integrate these signals into business plan generation to better estimate revenue stability risk. So onboarding properties, so we can use this for onboarding properties that show signals of year-to-year revenue stability. This will improve forecast accuracy and leads to more reliable long-term revenue outcomes for Bukit Vista.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kak Lutfi. This is great work, ya. The analysis is clear and insightful. Connecting revenue stability with operational signals is a very practical approach. And we can continue to the next section, that is promotion and new employees. The first one is from Kak Furqan.
Okay, thank you very much, Ega. So I would like to announce that Taya actually has been promoted into the Partner Performance Manager trainee per 11 January earlier from her previous role at Community Manager trainee. So in this part that we would like to expand Taya further, not only just replying the conversation on the send post, but also to cover all of the partnership works and also responsibilities because we see the potential in Taya itself. So, okay, congratulations, Taya, for your promotion. And the implication of this situation is that RD is currently and extensively having this what is it called? SUR, strategic user research, as the TEA's HR and also the AI engineer for TEA to make sure the role understanding for the partner performance manager itself and ultimately could use that insight to develop TEA into the direction that we aim for. So thank you, Thea. Thank you also Kak Ardi. Thank you also Titan that also partake in part of the development of Thea. Let's have this promotion pathway sustainable and achieve our intended goals.
Okay, thank you, Kak Furqan, and congrats for Thea, ya. And we can next to Kak Nadia. Kak Nadia, time is yours.
Okay, thank you again, and also good morning, everyone. So I would like to announce the promotion for Hafiz. So Hafiz was previously the PPM, and now he moved back again to marketing under the BBR team as the OTA marketing manager, which focus on the hospitality score for location, accuracy, and also check-in. And also because Hafiz is now in Bali, so hopefully he can know better the situation of the property in Bali. And yeah, let's congratulate Hafiz and also let's inspire delight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Nadia, and congratulations, ya, to Thea and Kak Hafiz on the promotion. Wishing you success and your new roles and a positive impact on the team. Okay, we continue to core value recognition. I believe the first one is from Kak Furqan again. Time is yours, Kak Furqan.
Yes, I have three actually. So let's scroll that by one. The first one I would like to recognize Fasha. So what I would like to recognize from him is on the step of the core values. So back in the days, I misjudged about several MSM activities that I turned into failed. However, Fasha, knowing the better context on this, Fasha directly escalate first to Gray as like his direct supervisor about this disagreement, and Gray convey this dissatisfaction or this appeal to me, and then we conclude and also we discuss this together. And after getting the context, I deem that my evaluation was incorrect, and um, but more beyond that, I really appreciate the behavior of just would like to stepping up on those to make sure that the best ideas win and also the truth wins. Despite like whoever is, we do not think about whoever is right or whoever is wrong, but the best idea wins. So thank you very much, Fasha, and hopefully that this culture and also behavior could be implemented to every one of us. So do not afraid to escalate your supervisor, your leader might be incorrect, and just tell them. Okay. And next up, we have the second recognition to Wendy and also Ega. So this is a simple thing that sometimes might be forgotten. Hence, I would like to uh, recognize both of them to just implement the culture that we already have regarding the tech support shift. We have established that if you have any adjustment of your day off after being set as the tech support shift, you can directly find the replacement on yourself and then coordinate with the replacement and just inform us on the shift management. And Wendy does that. And I would like to recognize Wendy and also Ega for coordinating directly and just like inform us about the changes in the shift. And that's really, really appreciated and helpful for being help others to help themselves. Okay, that's the second recognition. And my third and last recognition is to Hansa, which you already aware why. But not only that, I also heard a very good feedback like from several of our senior leaders about Hansa's involvement in MSM is improving as well. So I would like to recognize Hansa for being never settle, always improving to be a better person. So yeah, that's my three core value recognitions. Thank you very much. Ega, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Furkan, and congrats for person who recognized. And we next to Kak Gani ya, from Kak Gani. Kak Gani, time is yours.
Thank you, Eka, and morning, everyone. So I like to recognize is Brian here? No, yeah. So I like to recognize Brian for fail fast, learn fast, and rise to action. I'm quite surprised Brian is so enthusiastic and well communicates during assignment for property inspection. He has big fuel to learn and do tasks pretty quickly. So keep up the good work, Brian. No, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kak Gani.
And also thank you for Kanza for mengajari Brian as well. So good, Kanza.
Thank you, Kak Gani and Kak Hanza. Okay, we continue to Mr. Jing ya. Time is yours.
Sure. Yeah, I have Fizz is here this week. Last time this week, Hafiz was actually traveling. So just let you know, Hafiz, I really do appreciate how you're stepping up. Yeah, going to Bali, taking on this big jump in your career, getting uncomfortable is, I think it's the right move to actually build outside of the comfort zone. I think I told everybody we're going to be missing a good base master in the Jogja base, and but I think overall to the true performance of the company, this career decision is a really good never settling. Okay, Ludwig and I have been on a long journey. To stimulate scientific thinking and scientific reasoning. And it's been challenging. We've had ups and downs, but I think the new behaviors that Libby is emerging from Libby is really representative of thinking like a scientist, which is the critical part of a data scientist. Okay, so thank you, Libby, for sticking with it and inspiring delight and not giving up in the process. This is an inspiration because there are so many people who are so-called data scientists that have given up and decided that they were going to be more data engineers, I suppose. But Libby stuck with it and is emerging as a higher order, and that I appreciate. It's quite inspirational. We'll see. Okay, next is actually I should let's see. Let's go to Furkan. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Furkan gave a few core value recognitions, and I'll share what was happening behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, Furkan was asking, well, based on employee surveys, a lot of people don't feel recognized or appreciated for their work here. And so I started thinking, well, if you're the leader, do you actually practice what you preach, right? So he understood the message in a short amount of time and started thinking about, okay, so this is not just about how I am supposed to receive recognition, but how I should also give recognition. Okay. So this is important because oftentimes we keep on asking, I'm kind of reminded of John F. Kennedy, we keep on asking what your country can do for you. But the real question should be sometimes, what can you do for your country, right? So I think that's an important memory. If you want to act more like a leader, then be the change that you want to see in the world. And that, I think, ultimately will improve your position as well. So that's failing fast and learning quickly on that one. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. And we continue to the next section. That is announcement, but I believe there is no announcement here, yeah. And don't forget to fill in personal update by end of the day. And that is all from me. I will hand it back to Kanja as the host.
Thank you so much, Ega, for being a moderator for today. And thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And see you on the next All Hands. Have a great day.
Thank you, Hanza, and Aga for
Thank you,
hosting.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.